Year's Day, and we're going to talk about how much 2025 sucked. Just sucked. Here with Colleen here. Let Kai to God, and let's get it in. So, tell me your take on 2025.
I didn't love the whole year.
Me neither.
There was a lot of, I'm gonna say, unrest. Talk a lot with clients in the news. Conversations we've had. There's just a lot that happened in 2025 that I would have liked to have seen different.
Same here. Same here. Things I would love to see different. I wasn't too happy. A lot of people weren't happy. So, just want to give my prayers and thanks and also my condolences for those that has lost their jobs, lost family members, ICE raids. Here we go. So I guess when he was sworn in for his second term, we would think that he would have gotten better. But he just only gotten worse. And then the whole administration is just, it's a freaking shit show. It honestly is. I don't want it to be a shit show. I love America. Surviving, it's difficult from time to time. Dealing with just people losing their minds nowadays. So, no, what's one of your things about 2025 that kind of made you sad in your heart?
I didn't like seeing part of the White House demolished.
Yeah, it's been renovated before, but
that's no renovation.
That's no renovation, she says. Yeah, I can agree. It's in our history. In our history. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how hungry I am. This is insane. It's affecting my
concentration.
Yes, it is. But I'm gonna pull through it. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna pull through it. But
yeah.
But let's not keep them waiting.
I'm sorry. I'm just kind of processing things in my head. You talked about the ICE raids and everything, and I think I told you when I was in 5th grade, we lived in, why is it escaping my memory? We lived, anyway, there were migrant worker children that would be in the school for several months in the fall, and then they would be gone. So it's like we would have 20 kids year round, and then an extra 20 or so during the months that the migrant workers were picking. We were in Fremont, Ohio. That took a while, but they were picking crops, and it was always interesting to me when we had all these extra kids come in, and just the way that the school and the teachers would accommodate them. And I'm just reflecting back on that memory, there are lots of people that migrant workers, whether they're here legally or illegally, I think there's a humanitarian way that we need to address things, and I don't think ICE is the way to do it.
No, I don't agree on that either. It's there's a due process and everything. There just is, and this is how America, or as a democracy, should work. It should be a due process.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And like we've talked, a lot of the immigrants are doing jobs that I think a lot of people in America and American citizens don't want to do. So we're it's a resource that is helpful in a lot of cases.
It's instrumental to the agricultural industry that we have these migrant workers. I mean, we just have to.
Yeah.
They it's basically do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, and everybody's just trying to find a way. And the fact that these migrant workers ain't really getting paid that much, because a lot of these farmers are undercutting them if they used to happen to pay an American. So, anyways, let's see here. Reflection on 2025. Well, I know today, Mayor Mondani is the new mayor of New York. Yay! So I know the Muslim community and the young community is very excited about this. We need change. I'm tired of these old ass dudes trying to be. I don't know. I really didn't particularly like Mayor Adams. I'm not saying if I knew him personally, we'd probably get along just fine. But as far as what his views on things and how he's handled the situation in New York is kind of embarrassing. Now what is he talking about? Like leaving the country now or something?
I think so.
So
I feel like I've heard that.
yeah. So anyways, let's see here. Well, we got a new pope. That's cool. And he's from America. Go America. Team America.
And I feel like he's fairly young compared to the last several popes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I think that'll work out for the community, Catholic community. Let's see, what else has happened? Well, I know on April 24th, Sophia Lloyd, a female magician who tricked her way into the British men-only magic circle in 1991, has been granted membership 34 years after being expelled.
Well, that's cool.
Right.
I think there's a short in this line.
Really?
Because it keeps going in and out.
How about now?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
What is going on? How about now?
Well, when I pick it up like this, I suppose, well, no, it went off again. I don't know.
That's odd. That's great. I'm probably going to need a new headphone box. I need to put in, let me try this plug. Oh, sorry guys. We're having little technos here. Techno difficulties. How about now?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Jesus Christ. What is up with your headphones?
I mean, is it still picking me up here?
I hear you just fine.
Okay. Well, as long as you can hear me, then it's getting recorded, right?
Yeah, everything's getting recorded.
Okay.
So, I just want you to hear yourself.
I can't. I mean, I can, but not through the headphones.
Alright, well, let's continue on with this craziness of 2025. My stomach just growled. It's having a mind of its own. But we need
So, Marquand made country fried steak with gravy that he made, and French toast and eggs, and we've been kind of eating on that all day.
Yeah. So let's see here. Sean Puffy Combs. Wow, this has been a mess. This has been crazy.
So I want your opinion on that as the black man you are.
The shit that he's been doing ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. He's been doing shit like this for years. There's so many things that I mean, you just watched the Dave Chappelle episode. You know how he talked about this situation, and he everybody just we all knew it that he was just doing this crazy ass shit and been getting away with it for years. But then being watched by the FBI, especially dealing with the Tupac and Biggie murders, and before that, with the Sean Poe incident, so at the shooting that happened at the club, and everybody we all was aware of this, but he just this ain't nothing new. You know, if you have the Jeremy Epstein Island, that was the same thing as what Puffy's doing, except for they were both kind of doing the same thing, trafficking prostitutes. Except for this one, they're underage girls, so that's a big difference. But I, I, the way they were going to stroke him wasn't he. Like I said, I'd give him like 3 years to sit down and think about it. You know, freeze all his assets, let him be able to get back with his family because people make mistakes. Yes, they can have freak offs. I mean, R. Kelly did. Look what happened to him. But he's dealing with underage minors, so you're going to get stroked. So thank goodness that everybody was pretty much of age. And a lot of baby oil. Oh wow! Why would you have all that much baby oil? But anyways, I would have loved to seen one of these freak offs just to walk through it, and I could just be like, you guys are demons. You just guys are just Sean. You're the devil from Somalia. Just came here and proved that we can make it or do anything in America. We can do anything, but doing anything and being everything is two different things. And I know that in the 90s, a lot of people got away with a lot of freaking murder. And this is with the whole thing with this Epstein files and Sean Puffy and freaking R. Kelly, amongst others. So, even like before that, Woody Allen. So,
See, I still feel like I don't know that times have changed that much. I think it's just more visible.
it is more visible. Everything's became so much transparent with all this technology out now. So it's definitely like everybody is in a state of looking into everybody else's business. You know, you have so many companies that we deal with our cell phones that are data mining our information. Like everybody is just starting to know about everybody's little dark secret, and it's like I admire, like, especially from a black man, defending black men, entrepreneurs and music moguls, not all of them being righteous, you know, to name a few. Suge Knight. So, just Barry Gordy. These guys, they screwed people over. So, and that happens. Even Sean Puffy did it. So, to a lot of his people. My channel went out. So, other than that, what do you think? I mean, like, you said, it's so hilarious. Just like so much shit has happened in 1 year that I can't even begin to keep up. So I mean, we have like the fires that happened in California earlier this year, in the beginning, and you know, dealing with this climate change and the traffic controllers and the shit that happened with everybody not getting paid just to provide a service at our airports and shit. So it's just been one thing after another, and it's happening too fast, and it just needs to slow down.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it feels like there's been an escalation of tragic things that have happened, not just people making things happen. You know, there's been tons of shooting. I remember, there have been weeks that it seems like every night we turn on the TV, we're looking at the news, and there's been another mass shooting somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's just so sad. And I don't get it. I don't understand. Though I think everybody's stressed, and it's not an excuse, but we we've got a mental health crisis.
It's a serious. I know the pandemic was a part of it because people started like hustling the PPE loans, and I said too many P's in that one, I think. So, but they started identifying themselves. They started researching themselves, and people were in a state of panic. They didn't know what was going to happen next, and I think it carried over today, especially since last year, that everybody's just losing their freaking minds. And
well, it's even like we've talked about this before. I work from home now, 100%, and even because I moved my office home, when I see clients in person, I'm not leaving the house. So every time I go out, people driving erratically is worse than I've ever seen it. People getting angry about little teeny tiny slights. It's kind of scary being out in the world, and I don't like that.
I don't like the feeling of having to leave my gun here when I go outside. Because it's as much as I travel unarmed, and I know I need to be armed when I travel, but until I feel like it's going to have to come to that, I'm still always watching my back. I mean, my thing is young people, especially my people, like a lot of these teenage kids, they don't have no jobs. They just went through the pandemic. Don't know anything about this, and let alone for them to watch movies like going through a pandemic. So nobody was prepared. So these little kids are mobilizing on their cell phones. They're creating a community. They're targeting, storefronts. They're targeting people's houses. I mean, they're starting to set up cameras in rich people's yards to see when they're coming in and out. I mean, think about like all the football players and NBA players that got their shit kicked in and got robbed and their jewels and cash and all that, because they're starting to figure things out faster. Not being able to get out that energy or that stress. Well, let's just go do a smash and grab, or we already survived the Kia boys a couple of years ago, dealing with that shit. So it's the younger generation that's really I'm more fearful about, just because they're unstable. Like, we grew up in an age of stability where things wasn't moving so fast. We weren't always hearing about people getting shot up trying to have a good time, or conservative men that speak their mind and what they believe in. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. But come on, like, people are really losing their shit when they're seeing so much information in their cell phones, and then they're weaponizing their cell phones to find out how to kill somebody by going on Google, and everything is watched here. You basically can't get away with shit. And but again, with the young community is the ones that I'm worried about the most, because these guys don't know how to survive. And if they're dependent on technology, born into a digital age, you got to raise these kids right. And even the homeless situation is out of control. Like, just recently, I had somebody broke into my truck and took out my subwoofers, and I keep forgetting to lock my door, and that was my fault. But these aren't people that are, because we live on the west side, so our cars get checked on a regular basis, and it's usually the homeless bums and the people with carts that got so much debris in it, and I don't know where they're taking it. And my speakers is in one of those debris boxes, so carts went somewhere. I don't care now. But again, it's something I learned from, but the frequency of crime is, I've never seen it like this in my life. This is like, it's nuts. It really is.
I think a lot of people are desperate. There's something you said earlier, you know, access to the things that are happening and people being recorded and all of that is disturbing to me. I think it's inevitable, but we also have to now worry about, you know, the deep fakes with AI and things like that, and how do you know what to trust is, I think, a really big issue. People are really stressed about protecting themselves, their families, and everything, and sometimes it feels like you just don't know where to turn for safety.
No, you can't. Even our phones are monitoring everything that we're saying and doing, so you really just don't have any more privacy. That's like, I don't post a lot on Facebook, and I don't really have a lot of friends on Facebook. I really don't care because it doesn't really pay me, and I don't really use Facebook again because I know it's a spying tool. A lot of people has watched people go on vacations and go break in their houses just because, you know, I think it's like a good time for this new year coming up. Just everybody just needs to be quiet as kept. Like, let's start keeping to ourselves and limiting so much shared information. Not saying that being social isn't bad, but just I've learned from a lot of black men that know how to keep their mouth shut when it comes to like times like this. Even this is like why I respect Denzel Washington so much and Eddie Murphy. They know how to stay out the fucking way and not get caught up in any of this rhetoric that's going on. I mean, we can speak on, or they could speak on the issues that's going on in America. We need more of them to like guide us and let us know like shit's gonna be all right, but we got to take care of ourselves. And there's not enough PSAs nowadays. You know, that positivity that we're really needing, because again, people are going through a mental health issue, and it's just it ain't right. I mean, I look at our commander-in-chief as one of the biggest mental health issues of 2025. I'm so serial. It's just, I'm glad for one thing. Oh, a couple things, good things came out. It's not all doom and gloom in 2025. There's just been a shit ton of video games that came out. I'm tired of that. So backlogged. It's ridiculous.
Just for our viewers' edification, we at any given time we might have 20 or 30 games that we're pulling from to play. Which is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. There's just too much information. Like, I'm not saying that games didn't come out in a frequency all the time. Again, I missed the 90s and I loved it, and things were a lot slower back then. So had time to beat games, you know, didn't really have a backlog at all. But
so what's been your favorite one?
Shit, I couldn't tell you. My brain is on a fritz right now from 2025 that I don't know what I like. Maybe Expedition 33.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, I think that was one of the golden gems of 2025.
I mean, you know, mine was.
What's that?
My brain is Yakuza.
Oh, Like a Dragon, or
like
what? The Infinite Wealth 2.
No, the Pirates.
Oh, the Pirates. Pirates in Hawaii. Yakuza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Was that
last
year?
I thought that was this year.
Or last year, because now we're into this year.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Seems like it was late spring, early summer.
Yeah.
Infinite Wealth was the year before. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, that didn't come out last year.
And Call to the Lamb.
That
The
was,
new one.
yeah, that's coming out here, this month?
No,
Expansion?
I'm talking about the expansion that they did this year or last year.
No, it's not out yet. It's coming out this month.
No, the one that they did last year.
Oh, I don't know about it. I forgot about it. I haven't seen you play in a while. So, yeah, yeah, it's not all doom and gloom. It's just, I, I'm just really, I'm so over 2025, it's not even funny. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen this year. In fact that we just now recently landed, blew up something in Venezuela on their land. So it's just, there's that crap. Uh, just a bunch of weirdness. The Kennedy Center, the Donald Trump Kennedy Center. I don't know where he's going with this. He needs his own sitcom, and it's called "What Will He Say Next." Somebody should just put out clips of this on YouTube. Make a laugh riot. Because if you don't laugh about this shit, you'll lose your shit. It's actually politically incorrect and embarrassing. And I'm just sitting back watching, his supporters start to go against him. So shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Get out of that shit, girl.
Yeah, that was kind of a surprise when she started speaking up.
Because you can only see so much, you can praise somebody, you can dick ride them, excuse my language, and they'll support you and all that until you say something about them that they don't like, then you're all of a sudden blacklisted. You're blackballed. You're a traitor to the American democracy and all this other shit. It's like, we don't need to. I love it that, again, his own supporters are starting to wake up. And I was listening to NPR, and there's this ex-MAGA movement guy that was posting so much, and he's now started an anti-MAGA movement to educate people that were MAGA like him about, okay, there's things that we need to research. There's something wrong with this picture. So even from the health administration, I mean, we're used to seeing professionals, people with degrees, guide our country. Real military leaders, not some show host. Yeah, he is ex-military. I'm not saying that, but I mean that me being the United States Army, and if I was to sit there with all those generals when he called them from all around the world to sit there and start talking about body shaming soldiers, and it's been so hilarious this year, last year, that I'm crying inside. Because I'm laughing outside but crying inside. Like I'm the Joker. Like it's the Killing Joke. That our economy is not the same as it was, and democracy is teetering, and now this year, soon, we're about to find out about where Obamacare is getting ready to go. Not too long from now, so got to keep a watchful eye on that. Good thing that came out of this series of shows of last year. I ranked number one. What's number one? Series that just came out last year. Pluribus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were thinking Pluribus or Tulsa King.
Tulsa King is okay. I like it because I'm a big Sylvester Stallone fan. But I like how it ended. But Pluribus. Can't wait for season 2. Yeah, that's going to be dope. Let's see here. What else do you have to add?
I don't know. I'm like you said. Well, I guess it's yesterday morning at this point. You know, Happy New Year, and my thought is, yeah. I mean, you can use it as a line in the sand to say, okay, let's look forward. But I feel like we should be doing that all the time anyway. It's just another day.
That's all it is.
And if I had advice for anyone for what it's worth, I would say look for things that you can look forward to and keep moving. The things that try not to get bogged down by the things that you don't have control over. And don't be passive, right? Don't be passive about what's going on in your life. Take action. So that's what I would say for 2026. Make things happen.
Just be good. But that's hard to do enough anyways for a lot of people that are struggling and suffering. So we don't know what's going to come in 2026, but we're here, we made it. We got through a hellacious year of a bunch of craziness. And I don't want to talk about it no more because I want to forget everything that happened in 2025 except for the good times I had here with Colleen. And I just, after losing my contract due to tariffs that happened and with my moving company, kind of sucked. It was a big blow. And having a conversation with my brother, who's a Trump supporter, about things, why people are upset. There's the agricultural community's upset, the textile community's upset. And nobody don't know what to really trust anymore. But anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. And Happy New Year to everybody. Glad you guys joined us. Be easy, don't be sleazy, and we'll see you on the next episode.